The views and opinions expressed by the On the Spot with David Rodgers show are solely based on the show's hosts, guests, and viewers. We are solely responsible for all show content in its entirety and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of any sponsors in any way. These broadcasts are presented and made public by the On the Spot with David Rodgers team in the hope that it'll be entertaining and informative to our viewers and listening audience. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's 7 o'clock and time for On the Spot with David Rodgers. And now, here he is, Mr. Friday Night, the show pony himself, the man, the dream, the legendary David Rodgers.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live podcast of On the Spot with David Rodgers. My gosh, where did that black hair come from, Byron? I think somebody photoshopped that. You know what I mean? My goodness gracious.
Did it badly.
And did it real bad. That's when I used to dye my hair. But anyway.
Before you go any further.
Okay.
You're going back in the past.
I'm going back in the past. Okay.
Well,
you got something?
Out.
All right. Let's
Lord.
check this out. Oh my goodness, look at those guys. So
Look at that dark hair.
Look at that dark hair. Look how long it was. It looks like a wig. Byron, why'd you let me take that picture like that?
I have no clue.
So on the right over here, ladies and gentlemen, is Mitchell Gunner.
Yeah.
He does On the Spot Motorsports Media, which they've got a podcast tonight, him and Robert Simpson. They've got a guest, NHRA, NASCAR, all kinds of racing going on. So they have a podcast tonight as well. That dark-headed, handsome dude right there, I don't know who he is. The guy with the hat and that smirky grin there is the Byron Bagwell, which is now, Dave, listen, which is now 190 pounds of screaming steel and sex appeal.
Wow.
1/3 of the new high priest of the Church of the Painful Truth.
Wow.
Thank you, Neil Bortz. He is the Byron Bagwell. Say hello, Byron.
Hello, everybody.
And hey, no, bring that picture back up, cuz you're not getting away scot-free. And the guy over here to the left over here, he is our senior producer and director. He's known by many names, guys, many names. But the one that really sticks with him, he is the dancing destroyer. He is Super Dave Holland. Say hello, Dave.
Hello, everybody.
My goodness. Hey, we're fired up and ready to go after a good Easter weekend.
Yeah.
Just real quick. Tell me about your Easter weekend, man. What'd you do?
Well, I did a little bit of stuff on Saturday. We're going to see an event with a gubernatorial candidate, a guy that's a candidate for agricultural commission, leader of the agricultural. I can't even speak tonight. Agricultural commission tonight,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the guys that's running for state senate.
Yeah, there you go. What else did you do? I think I seen you Saturday night, didn't I?
And then we went and ate dinner with Mom.
Yeah, at the Texas Roadhouse.
Yep.
And then Sunday, y'all had a little event out there at the lake there, right there, right?
Yep.
Hampton Lake.
Hampton Lake. Had some Easter dinner with some family.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like a good weekend.
We had a pretty good weekend.
Dave, how about you? What'd you have? What'd you do?
Everybody I know is in Ohio as far as family. So
I mean, did you do anything with Angie or any of the friends or anything? Did you go out or
just made a relaxing day?
Made a relaxing day out of it?
Total relaxing day.
I gotcha.
I had an egg sandwich.
Did you? Good night.
As long as it was good.
As long as it was good,
great.
I guess. Did you put bacon in it?
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no bacon.
Well, there's something wrong with that.
All right, well.
Fried bologna.
Fried bologna. All right. Okay. Fried bologna. All right. Well, I did about the same thing. I hung out with Byron and them Saturday night. Went and took your mom's mower to get it repaired. And just little different things around the house, spittled around the house, try to get some things cleaned up. So good, nice, relaxing Easter weekend. But I'm glad that the new week has started, Byron. Glad that we can be on the show. Glad to have you in the studio, by the way.
I'm glad to be here too, David.
Man, I tell you.
I really am. You know, it's just one of those things. Last week I was really not feeling very good.
No, you was not. And when you don't even come on the show, I knew you wasn't feeling good.
All right, David.
Yeah. So anyway, glad to have you here in the studio, man. And guys, you know what? I'm excited about my guest tonight. I really am. And if y'all seen my Facebook page or post, I posted who that special guest is going to be. And I tell you, I got to know this guy over the weekend. They're sending some messages. He works at the high school. His name is Stephen Javahari. He's the computer science and information technology teacher and the regional development manager for the education group at Bradford High School. We're going to be talking with him about the computer science program, which includes digital infotech, digital design, and much more. So I can't wait, Byron, to get him here on the podcast with us. I think this is going to be an entertaining show. I'm really interested to see what's going on at Bradford High School with all the infotech and everything that's going on there. And he's going to tell us all about that, Dave. We got a chance to talk with him a little bit before the show. Man, isn't he an interesting guy, man?
Yeah, it's very
sharp.
Talking with him.
I do too, man. And he's full of ideas, full of energy. He's like us, man. He's ready to roll and ready to go. So
he's a good teacher because he made my brain work.
Well, he made mine work too. So anyway,
there's so many comments need both of those things.
Yeah, there is, and I'm surprised somebody hadn't hit it yet.
Yeah.
But anyway, welcome into the show, guys. As we get started, let's open like we always do, Dave, with our prayer and our pledge and our patriotic quote of the night. Byron, since you haven't been in studio, would you mind doing the prayer tonight?
Sure.
All right, I sure appreciate it.
Dear Heavenly Father, we would like to thank you for this glorious day you've given us. We would also like to thank you for all the blessings that you bestow upon us in this great nation. We'd like to ask you to please put your hand and guidance on our leadership, and please also put your hand on all of the troops that are in harm's way right now. Please also continue to guide and bless each one of us in the things we do every day. And anybody that's got any unspoken or spoken prayer requests, please, good Lord, put your hands on them. Thank you so much for all of the blessings once again, dear Lord. It is in all these things we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Great prayer right there. All right, let's go ahead and do a pledge. Dave, I know you're going to bring up that beautiful flag, aren't you?
Yes, sir, I sure am.
Do you want to lead us in the pledge tonight?
I'd be honored.
That would be great. So let us all stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. All right. Let's kick the show off. We still got one more part before we bring Stephen Javahari on. We're going to do the patriotic quote of the night, and we're going to do the weather real quick, and then we're going to bring our special guest on because, Byron, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Not only are we going to interview Mr. Stephen Javahari from Bradford High School, but we've got some fundraisers, some things that are coming up that we want to talk about as well, and just some of the things that we've got planned up that we're going to be doing over the summer. So, man, we've got an action-filled, probably 2 hours worth of show. So let's go. What do you have for a patriotic quote tonight?
Well, David, give me just 1 second.
Sure, Dan. Yeah, go ahead.
I know what I want it to be.
Okay. All right. Well, while Byron's looking at that.
Yep.
Oh, you got it?
Go ahead and do the weather, David.
Oh, you want me to go ahead and do the weather? Okay. The weather is sponsored by Austin's Weather Service. He's out of Keystone Heights, Florida. If you want a good and great detailed weather report, just go and visit Austin's Weather Service on his website. He will already have one on there, but he will also have one sent to you specifically for you and your area. The forecast for the local area tonight, mostly cloudy, a chance of showers mainly in the evenings, lows in the 50s. How about that? Northeast west winds 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. I think everybody in this room knows that we need that rain.
Oh,
yes. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with a chance of rain, a slight chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 60s. Northeast winds 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 35 miles per hour. Chance of rain increases 10% to 50%. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with a 40% chance of rain. Lows in the upper 50s. Northeast winds 15 to 20 miles per hour, gust up to 35 miles per hour in the evening. So watch out for your plants and things like that, or anything that you don't have tied down, because those gusts of wind will definitely take it away. Thursday, partly sunny with a 40% chance of rain, highs in the mid-70s. Northeast winds 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Thursday night, partly cloudy, a slight chance of rain in the evening, lows in the upper 50s, chance of rain 20%. Friday, mostly sunny, highs in the upper 70s. Friday night, mostly clear in the evening, then becoming partly cloudy, lows in the mid-50s. And for your weekend, mostly sunny, highs in the lower 80s, chance of rain 10%. If you are looking for your weather, just go to Austin Weather Service, and he'll hook you up with the weather report in your area. Not only Byron and Dave and listening audience does he cover our region, which that's our regional weather, but he covers all over. He covers all over the Southeast, all over the Midwest. He will get you a detailed weather report. Doesn't matter where you're going.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah, Austin Stevens.
And good ones too. Most of the time they're really accurate.
Yes, they are. And I'll tell you something else that Austin does for us that we, sometimes don't give him props on what he does, Dave. You know what else Austin does for us? He downloads this show after it's over. He downloads it to YouTube. So by tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, you'll be able to watch this on YouTube. So, and that's a great service that he does. And you know how much he actually charges us? Nothing, because he's part of our crew. Yeah. Austin Stevens is part of our crew. When he is able to get here, he's here, and he does the weather live right here on the set.
So,
yeah.
With talking about him, downloading our shows.
Yep.
Do you have an idea how many shows we've got?
That's a great question that you've asked. That is a great question. I know it. Does anybody want to take a guess?
Well, I know the last number that I talked about was like 309 shows on YouTube.
On YouTube. Would you ask about YouTube or Facebook? On YouTube?
Or in general?
In general. Okay. It's more than that. This right here, believe it or not,
this show
down. This show right here, 331st episode.
There you go.
Man, that's a lot of shows. And we've skipped weeks where we've skipped 2 and 3 weeks. So imagine, I think we added that number up. If we picked up those holidays and all that, we figured that we could have picked up an extra 20, 25 shows, I think. Yeah. We could be in the middle 350s, early 360s if that was the case.
Yeah.
So, I mean, wow, that is just absolutely unbelievable. All right. What do you got there, old B? What you got for me?
This is such a great quote.
Okay.
I want everybody to really think about this. There may be some people that get this out, but this is an author. But the quote's from, I'll give you that much.
Okay.
We can ignore reality, but we cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality.
Say it again.
We can ignore reality, but we cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality.
Stephen, I know you're not on air yet. Do you have a guess on that one?
A guess on who?
Yeah. Do you know who it is?
I do not.
Okay.
I'm baffled myself. Is it?
I'm going to take a stab. I didn't look, Byron, and I didn't see it. I'm going to take a stab because Byron tends to use people sometimes over like I do. I'm going to go with Miss Rand.
Who?
Miss Rand.
Ayn Rand is who he's saying.
Yep.
She wrote.
He likes it. Okay. Am I close? Am I right? Am I wrong?
threw
Is it
me
Miss
off
Rand?
even more.
Well, you know that I've used that one before, by the way, and yes, you are right. It is Ayn Rand.
Hey, I get the prize. Mr. Javahari, you got me a prize tonight.
I do, actually.
Do you? But you can give it to me when you come on.
And if you don't know what she wrote, the biggest book she wrote was Atlas Shrugged.
So
You want another one?
yeah, why not? Let's do a
not?
quick one. Why not? Let's do a quick one.
You're going to pay a price for every bloody thing you do and everything you don't do. You don't get to choose to not pay a price. You get to choose your poison you're going to take. That's it.
Sounds like a lawyer.
I'll give you this much. He's a psychologist and a darn good one. And he's modern. It's not Carl Jung or any of those older ones.
He's a psychologist.
He's a psychologist.
Is he a lawyer? Is he a lawyer? Is he a lawyer as well?
No, he's a psychologist. And
Okay.
he's
I don't
written
know any
a
psychology.
bunch of self-help books for people too. And he's recent. This guy's recent.
Man, I don't even want to say this, but I'm going to take a stab. I think I'm wrong again. Well, no, I was right the last time. I think I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to say it's Dr. Phil.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'm going to say it's Dr. Phil. That's the only one I can really think of.
He-
I think I'm wrong, but
He's wrong.
I figured that.
That was pretty good, but
Yeah, that was
Dwight, he's stealing answers from your brother.
He's stealing answers.
And I really figured that you might get this one, Dwight.
Yeah. I said that too, Dwight. I'm like, we're both wrong.
Come on, Gordon. You know this.
You know this one, Gordon? Gordon Smith's on, by the way.
So, a lot of people may have seen videos from this guy. They were all over the place 3 or 4 years ago on YouTube and on Facebook. Bunch of shorts from him.
I don't know.
Lisa, you live with him. You should know
Yeah.
this answer.
Who is it?
I haven't read any of his books in front of her.
All right.
I have read some of his books though. The guy really is very brilliant.
Who we got?
Jordan Peterson.
Said,
Yep.
would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed on that quote
Yeah.
that he,
If you don't know him or about him and you just watch his videos, you might get the wrong idea about the guy.
Right.
If you watch the clips, I'm
Right.
not talking about the clips. If you watch the full length type stuff that he does,
yeah.
he is just unbelievably brilliant. He's a very, very smart man, and his books are absolutely excellent.
All right. Well, there you go.
Oh, and he's not American either. By the way.
You're right. I'm 1 for 1.
He's Canadian, but that's okay.
I guess I get. Guess what? I guess I get the stupid prize. I guess I get the stupid prize.
That's
No,
better
you
than
went-
mine.
I'm 1 for 1. What does that get me? The medium prize?
As much
That
as,
gives me the circus fruit?
well, as much as I went on about Ayn Rand.
Yeah, you did.
go into
That's
Ayn
all right.
Rand,
It's all good.
I mean, she is
She is.
she a very
Oh,
brilliant woman.
absolutely.
I don't
Absolutely.
necessarily agree with some of her views on religion. But,
Correct. I'm with you on that.
You know, oof, man.
All right, Dave. Let's man, I'm ready for my guest, man. I'll tell you what, do you have us a commercial? Can you go to a commercial? We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. I'll read that when we get back. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna have our special guest, Mr. Stephen Javahari. He will be here as soon as we get back from paying some bills. Dude, that is the fastest haircut I have ever seen in my whole life. Dave, how long? And what was that? About 17 seconds that you cut that kid's hair?
It was a quick one.
That was really quick, man. I've never seen your hands move that fast. You remind me of Edward Scissors' hands.
Watch out.
Yo, watch out now. So anyway, before we introduce our guest, I want to welcome everybody to the show. Mr. Dwight Allen's on. Roy Jackson's on. By the way, happy early birthday, Dwight. We'll get into that here in just a little bit. Lisa Moody Tomlin is Byron's better half. So she's watching tonight. How about that, huh?
Oh, I agree with that.
No, yeah, man. I'm not getting in
You're
trouble,
not gonna-
brother. Do you
you're
think
not
I'm gonna get in trouble?
You're not going to get
No,
out of me about
no,
that.
no. Judith Young is on. Actually, I talked with Judith today. She was being interviewed by Pete O'Shea this afternoon at the radio station. I was interviewed last week. She was interviewed this week. Did a really good interview. So, Judith, thank you for tuning in. Let's see. And Gordon Smith is on. You know, Sheriff, you know the Sheriff, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Sheriff is all right. Old Sheriff Gordon Smith. He said, no, sir, he didn't know that answer. And Dwight Allen says, I don't know many. The one who I was thinking, but I couldn't remember his name. And then Lisa says, just because I live with him means I don't know or know his quotes that he does. Lots of laughs. Yeah, I think that's what she meant to put. So,
Yep.
yeah, absolutely. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, sitting over here to my right, he is the computer science and information technology teacher and the regional development manager for the open education group at Bradford High School. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stephen Javahari. All right.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, I'm glad that you're here.
Anytime,
I'm glad
anytime,
that you're here.
anytime.
So,
I do have your present, by the way.
oh, you have a present for
Yeah,
me. Okay.
right.
All right, here we go. Look at this. So, do you want to tell everybody what this is here first before you do that?
So I got a picture of him, and I of course I used AI, but the prompt was Godfather theme. So this is Dave as the Godfather.
My God, that's a young looking Godfather there, man. That is awesome
That's
picture.
awesome.
That is awesome,
That is
man.
awesome.
I'm going to frame that. Shelly, I'm going to have Shelly frame that. We're going to use that somewhere, man. Thank you so very
You're
much,
welcome.
really.
You're welcome.
So these are one of the things that you do, but we'll get into that here in just a little bit. I'm glad that you're on tonight because I know you work with my wife, Shelly, at the high school. Shelly's been there a while. You've been there a while now. And she really loves going into your class. And I always hear about what goes on in this computer class and this computer science class. And I'm like, man, I've got to see. So we went to this the art show on Friday night that you had, and we'll get into that here in just a minute. But I got interested in some of the things that I've seen that your students, oh, man, there is some absolutely great work. And we got to talking, and I'm like, man, they'd be great to have on the show. And as I started talking to you, I seen your personality and I seen the way you are. You're like us. You're all full of energy. You're ready to roll. You've always got a smile on your face. And I was like, man, that's a match made in heaven. Let's get him on. Let's interview him. And, you know, we don't get a chance, honestly, Stephen, to interview a lot of teachers. So it's great that we can interview somebody that really has a unique talent and has a specialty in what he or she does. And I'm not saying the other classes aren't important, because they are very important. You know, the math teacher, the history teacher, the government teacher, all those are very important. But the class that you teach is very unique. But before we get into that, why don't you look into that camera right there and tell everybody who Stephen Javahari is and how you got to be where you are.
Sure. I've been teaching going on 9 years. Started in Clay County, and Bradford is more home to me. It's closer. I'm in Keystone Heights. So I worked in networking before this. Back in the early 2000s, I've always been involved with computer science in one form or another. So I found myself raising my daughters alone, and so that steered me towards something that was on their schedule. And teaching, just when I started doing it, it felt very natural.
Right.
And in reference to other teachers and other classes, the core teachers, I never feel as important as them. You know, I always feel like I just have to do more for these kids because, you know, I am an elective class.
Right.
Where everything is now with CTE, career and technical education, and over the years, everybody's realized how important CTE fields are and how people can get right to work right out of high school. So working for good people and good administrators
Right.
opens up the world. When you are trusted by the people above you and they believe in your program and they support everything you do, it makes it easier.
Right.
So, a lot of it is me playing catch up with the kids because these are digital natives.
Right.
These are kids that are born with technology where the rest of us are still trying to learn it. So, yeah, it's been a great adventure. Every year, roughly between 150 students I'll get. This year I started with a little over 200, and it's always magical. It's always incredible. I'm always learning stuff from these kids.
It's funny that you say that because when I was going to school, I was talking to the coach a couple of weeks ago, and I think you've seen a little bit of that show. And I was telling him when I played football, we didn't have a mask on our helmet. It was just open face. So that's how old I am and how old, it was that I played football. And, my computer technology was a typewriter. Click, 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 click.
Sure.
Bobby Byron, same thing. Click, 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 click. I don't know. Byron maybe started getting the computer age a little bit, maybe.
When I was in high school, there was something called a Commodore 64.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, it's better than a typewriter.
I had one when I was about 15 or 16 years old.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I learned how to use basically word processors in it.
Right.
And I did learn a little bit about DOS and how to program DOS, but I was not that interested in that at that time and point, or really, to tell you the honest truth,
Yeah.
at any time and point. Because if you know anything about DOS, it's just a series of numbers.
Yeah. And that's exactly right.
And I know there's probably still a base for everything, isn't it?
There is, and sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
A lot of people get scared off when they think of computer science because everybody says, I don't want to code. That's a small number of people that are actually the coders when you deal with computer science.
Right.
So many different fields need to be covered in this. So,
Right.
Yeah, back in the day, it was DOS. VIC-20, I think, was the predecessor of the Commodore 64.
Right.
And yeah, it was, you had to love it because it was just black and white coding and text-based. So,
Yeah, I love games so much. I wanted to learn how to write games, and that's what
Absolutely.
got me into it.
sure.
Yeah, that was my first dealings with any kind of computer type thing. I just wanted to ask Dave, how far does your technology go back? Hieroglyphics? Sorry, Dave.
I got to get away before the lightning strikes.
Yeah.
No, when I first came down to Florida, I got a job at Grumman Aerospace.
Yeah.
Worked my way through the different systems and ended up in this room with this 6, maybe 7 foot computer.
Right.
And it was all about typing in different numbers to communicate with all the wiring in that plane.
Right. So, hey, well, you got a little bit there.
I got a little bit, but boy, it sure was confusing.
There you go. Leslie Harrell, welcome into the show. Your people are on. So who's Amanda Albertelli?
Oh,
who is that?
My sister-in-law.
Your sister-in-law. Okay, Amanda, welcome in. I have to go back because I seen Doreen
That's
is
my
on the show.
sister.
That's your sister.
That's my sister.
That's your sister. Okay. Marlena Conrad.
Yes, wife.
Yep, the better half.
The better half.
Okay, absolutely. And then I think I've seen a couple of others on there, but we'll catch them as they go. What's up, Chris Campbell? Yeah, we're doing fine. Thank you for joining in with us tonight. Leslie Harrell is one of my vendors at my regular job.
Oh, good.
She works at Pro South Fasteners, where we order a lot of our bolts, nuts, and washers. Yeah. She's on tonight, big follower of the show as well. Somebody needs to tell folks that black isn't the tornado's colors; it's scarlet and gray. Billy Tyson, Mr. Javahari maybe can answer that for you. Maybe it's just a unique look. We get it. We understand that.
I saw it somewhere and I couldn't find it again.
Right.
So it was bothering me. So I scored the black shirt and then I brought it here in town.
Right.
And I had them do the print for me. So
okay.
As far as I know, it might be the only one. I don't know.
I have a black long sleeve one that has tornado stuff on it.
Okay.
But not into this, right? Not is it sort of like this being?
No, it's a football.
It's a football. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I can't remember whether I got that at Walmart or I got it at Was it not Sporting Chance?
No, I think Walmart is where I saw it.
Yeah.
And then they were
Maybe.
sold out. So
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You know how they take different colors for different things.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey,
Stephen Javahari, our guest tonight, teacher over at Bradford High School. You sort of answered this a little bit. How long have you been with the district now?
this will be my 4th year.
Your 4th year.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And your previous job was?
Clay County. It was the same. It was a more advanced computer class. There's good and bad with that. Half of the IT department at the county in Clay County was a graduate from my class out there. But with these really advanced IT classes, you don't get many kids signing up.
Right.
So there's the caveat. So
okay.
Which school was it?
It was Middleburg.
It was okay. It was Middleburg.
Yes.
Okay.
Explain to our audience again. We're asking just a series of random questions that we came up with, and some bullet points that we have as well. And hey, anything that you want to ask, Mr. Javahari can see it right here. So ask anything that he's able to answer. You'll let us know if you can't answer it, right?
I will.
And Billy Tyson, no, we ain't going to put that on the uniforms. We know that, brother. We got you. I knew you was going to come with that.
Well, that next quote, I actually remember my mother having to go do this.
Shirley Bagwell is Byron's mother.
Okay.
So when I was working on my master's degree, I took a course called Basic Computer Skills. Guess what? He said we had to write a computer program, had to get the help of the computer teacher at the high school at the time. He was a godsend.
I am trying to remember.
And do you happen to remember his name? Do you know? Have you researched back?
No,
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, the person I took over for, I forgot his name, but that was a different kind of computer class. That was the more advanced ones.
Right.
Which I enjoy teaching, but again, the numbers are just too small to sign up for it.
All right. Well, so we'll lead right into this question then.
Sure.
Explain to our audience, what is computer science and what does it all entail?
So over the decade, I've worked for great people, and when they give you the freedom and they trust your program, it helps immensely.
Right.
So yes, I don't teach the advanced computer class across the board, but every year I'll get kids that are already advanced. So I will always offer industry certifications that aren't normal to the class. If a student comes in, if a learner comes in and he already has a lot of working knowledge, I may test him to see if he can pass maybe a Python course or a Unity coding class, which again is not what I do across the board. But I'm also not going to stop a student who's ready to take that type of certification. That's why when I work for good people, they let this happen. But also, a teacher should have the certification that he's teaching. So over the years, I'll get a kid that will tell me about a coding language or something that he's good at. Sometimes I have no idea what it is. So I'm scrambling to get that cert myself before that student takes the certification. So it has now caused me to have probably like 20, 25 IT certifications. So I'm glad that now as kids pour in, I can offer whatever across the board to them.
Byron, and we got a question that just came up, but why don't you address Billy Tyson there before we go any further before I ask Doreen's question there?
I get it.
I get it too. I get it.
I do get it, but at the same time, black is always a good color on a uniform.
Yeah, it is.
I realize
it really,
it's not traditional
Yeah.
Bradford colors, but they've messed with that that
yeah. I mean, everybody's doing it now. I mean, really, I mean, you take any college out there, and Byron, you know this. I mean, Florida State's done it. I've seen Florida uniforms done it, and we know that Florida is orange, and we know that Florida State is guarding gold. I mean, but you know, a lot of these teams have experience with that. Absolutely.
You know, everybody remembers the gray and red, but I'm not 100% certain that was the original colors when I was in school. I thought it was red and white.
Great point. Great research question. Great research question.
100% certain that those uniforms were red and white. And then at some point in the mid 80s or late 80s, maybe early 90s, they changed to red and gray. But
we'll research that, B. That's a great point that you bring. That's a long time ago, wasn't it?
A long time ago for me to be remembering that.
Doreen has got a question. She says, what's the coolest project your students worked on? What's the coolest project your students worked on?
Well, I guess the most recent one has been very rewarding, the art show.
Tell us a little bit about that, because me and Shelly went. It was very entertaining. I actually bought a piece for Shelly. Man, I've seen some great pictures of some cool things. Explain to everybody what went on there.
So I teach computer science, but also digital design. So digital design entails Adobe products, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign. So yes, so with the help of AI, that was the piece I created. So I have a lot of students that also come to me for art class. So I realized this year I had more than I had before.
Right.
So one day I was in Goodwill, probably like 4 or 5 months ago, and I noticed all the frames for sale, and they were pretty affordable.
Right.
So I scooped up about $100 worth of frames, very big, ornate, antique frames. I brought them into the class, and any student that wanted to create art, they measured the frame, they started an artboard in Photoshop, and they created stuff. So at the time, I didn't really know where it was going. Probably a month later, I found myself at Melrose Art Walk, first Friday of every month for Mossman Hall. And this is for artists from all over. The woman heard I was a digital design teacher, and she said, the owner, she said she was willing to push back some other artists and host a show exclusively with my students' art. So then I spent the next few months learning how to frame the art, buying equipment to frame the art.
Right.
I'm now tearing apart, old frames. So I was watching incredible art unfold.
Right.
I also had some new 9th graders that I did not ever meet before, and the art was just absolutely, it was blowing my mind. Keith Kirby is the director at North Florida Technical College, who I fall under, even though I'm a Bradford High School employee. Keith always supports my program, and he surprised me with a very expensive Canon ProGraph printer, could print up to 3 feet wide, and he gave me all the fixings to go with it. So it was just a perfect match. The students were creating this art. I had these huge frames. I was able to print it out, and the turnout at this art show was spectacular.
Wasn't it?
I think every one of my students that had art came to the show, and before the night was over, some pieces were already sold. I'm not familiar with that side of it, so the curator of Mossman Hall priced them, and they'll take their own chunk, and the rest will come back to my program to buy more ink, more paper, and everything else that the students use.
Yeah, I'm going to take Byron and Dave over there one Friday night. I want them to see what's going on, man, because you looked at me and I was amazed at everything. You remember I said, I like this, I like this. I was just really amazed of the work that these kids really put into this thing. And like you said, it's from the 9th grade to the 12th grade. Yeah. And there was a couple of pictures there, Dave, that was just absolutely phenomenal. And I want to say, wasn't that a freshman that did those two?
It was a 9th grader.
It was a 9th grader that did those 2 pieces, Dave. It looked like you could have bought that off a pure art gallery. And it was just that good. It was really that good.
Those girls, the girls that did those bigger pieces,
yeah,
they worked probably the whole 3-4 months on those pieces.
The Geisha girl.
Yep.
And
so you can calculate the time. If I have an hour a day, 5 days a week, 4 months, like that's what it took them for those pieces, and just stunning pieces. I was amazed. So I'm gonna make sure we do this every year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
It
I
does.
love art.
Do you want to read your mom's comment, B?
Where did it go? The most important thing you can do as a teacher is to let your students know that they have your support and not feel intimidated. I can tell listening to you that makes your students feel comfortable.
I try. They run the show. I'm just there to facilitate whatever they might want to do. I mean, really, because 200 kids, they're all coming. Everybody brings something to the table. They're coming in with stuff all over the place. So, the artists that do come to me, and if you notice at the art show, some was traditional canvas and acrylic.
Yes, it was.
So this is not my field at all. This is Marlena Conrad's field. She's the art teacher in Keystone.
Right.
So when I realized these kids were pouring in and they're asking me for canvases and acrylic, and mind you, I'm in a computer lab, I reached out to her and she donated all the equipment needed, all the supplies needed, so these kids could do the traditional art as well.
It's good.
Yeah, Amanda has got a little point there. She says, how cool. What?
Yeah, repurposed
frames. Those
Yes.
students will always remember
They
that.
will always. What did I hear? A colleague of mine recently said, "What worksheet do you remember from school?" Now you remember experiences like an art show. So.
Yeah. Well, and for me, it was science projects. I really like to do science projects, the science fair, those kind of things is
STEM
what I
projects,
remember. I don't remember what kind of grade I got on a final exam. Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I know
Sure.
people in school, but I didn't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
hey,
absolutely.
but
music
was yours.
Music, sports,
Yeah.
and
sports,
history.
Yeah,
They-
drawing for me.
Yep. See, there you go. All right, here we go. Another question. What can students get out of your computer science class? I think you went into that a little bit. But what if you want to go into detail a little more?
Sure. So the name of the class is digital design. It will lead on to other advanced IT classes if they stay on my pathway, have me for their whole 4 years. They could even have me 6 times because they could double up on my classes in 1 year. So the end result not only is to prepare them for graduation. As far as my class goes, it's industry certifications. So industry certifications should lead to either direct employment or start them off on an entrepreneurship path, whatever empowers them. The best thing about, in my opinion, the industry certification is the learner when they get it. How this empowers them and what it taught them on that pathway to get the industry certification. So I offer Adobe certifications. This would be Photoshop, Illustrator, which is more for artists, InDesign, which is magazine layouts, book layouts. And then I also offer ITS 103, which is Windows certification. All jobs now require computer skills. We're not going to get away from that.
No.
Schools don't have enough money to buy everybody Windows computers. No school does. So they have Chromebooks. It's a different operating system. So they still need to learn Windows. So I teach a Windows certification, but when they're with me those years, I make it very painless. I think sometimes they don't even realize that what I'm doing, they're on the pathway to now you're ready for another cert. Now you're ready for another cert. So my end goal is to empower them by making sure they get these industry certifications.
Again, Stephen Javahari with us here, the computer science teacher over at Bradford High School, computer science and information technology teacher. Let me put it that way. And the regional development manager for the Open Education Group for Bradford High School as well. Byron, do you have a question for Mr. Javahari?
What do you see as the future of your program? What direction do you want to take it?
Good question.
Do you see it as more cert, more towards the visual arts, combination of all of it? Or?
Well, look what's happened in the last, really what's happened in the last year with AI. So, my students that are artists, initially, nobody wants AI. It's taken away the love of art. But something deeper is happening with just research and development and how fast AI can gather information for us. If we don't start at least embracing it a little bit, the people that do are going to pass us by just in the speed of how they can do research. So, it's a challenge. There are new industry certifications that deal with AI. But as soon as it's on the CAPE funding list for approval with the state of Florida, it's changed again, the design of everything. So keeping up with it is one thing. Even though industry certifications is the end result, hopefully for my students, what we do on the side, what we talk about and what we address is everything from not only from art and from how they should do on their SAT, but it's where everything in the world is going. So where do I want my program to be? I'm hoping next year to offer basic Python coding because it's not as painful as it was when we remember. It's a lot of it's block coding. So it's like graphical user interface, dragging and dropping things. We can code this way now with block coding. I'm hoping to purchase some advanced robots for my class. Another thing that will inspire the kids. And again, if we don't stay on top of this, we're going to get passed by. So it's in our, and these kids are born knowing this. They're digital natives, half the time, I like I said before, I'm just trying to keep up with them. So I try and pull as much as I can to offer to them. It's the least I can do, you know.
Yeah.
Shirley says students don't forget positive experiences, and I think you're bringing positive energy. I can tell. Shelly works with you and helping testing and some things like that. She says, man, you just got a vibe about you that the students really buy in, and man, they're ready to come to your class and do this kind of work here. And I don't blame them.
You got to come to my classroom because I've
I
made
need to.
I've made it very fun. I got a foosball table in the middle. Of the
Really?
class. Yeah.
Oh, Byron, me and you need to go at it.
I have a good foosball table. In the
Byron's like, not on that one. Okay, you got a pool table?
No pool table.
But you may have one eventually.
Maybe not a pool table.
Okay, but maybe a
But
pinball machine or
again-
Pac-Man or something.
Hopefully, but no.
Okay, yeah.
I am blessed. I am blessed with my administration.
Yeah,
The minute I arrived, what they did, tearing a wall down and giving me these 2 rooms and just doing all of this for me. Without that support, it doesn't matter what I want to do. It can't be possible.
yeah. You're exactly right.
So-
Look at Dwight Allen, band with Jim Pronto. I remember him. Great memories. Byron's like,
He was a
yep.
great band director.
Josh Collier, hope you're doing good as well. Rick Knopf, hey, Crusher's in the house. Yep, we're going to be talking about some things that are coming up that we're all involved in after we get through with Stephen here. We'll get into that. Amanda said Stephen will continue to grow along with his students. He thrives on learning things.
I'm trying to keep up with all of them.
Keeping up with the Joneses, right? Yeah, there you go.
So you say you got about 200 students?
This year I started with 209, but you know, kids change classes and they drop and they change. I think I'm probably at about, I'm guessing, maybe 150, 160 now.
So out of that, is there one student that
Shines above the rest.
may shine above the rest?
Hey, no pun intended. Are you trying to put him on the spot?
It's okay.
I'm
on the spot.
You are on the spot. Yeah.
No, it's a valid question.
Yeah.
There's so many avenues that groups of kids shine in these areas, and they tend to congregate together. They find each other. But it's also not unheard of that every year, give or take, there are students in there light years ahead of me. I remember my second year teaching ever, I had a student and he would come in, just put his head down and sleep. I couldn't get him to do anything. And then one day I looked over and he was on Discord. Discord is kind of a place that other coders might meet. And I looked at his Discord server. He had 50,000 people in his Discord server. He was a ninth grader. I said, his name was Christopher. I said, Christopher, you got 50,000 people in your Discord server? He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. That's why I sleep all day. I code for Roblox and it's a European firm. So I'm on European time. This was a ninth grader. So
and you have no idea what Roblox is, do you?
I do. Yes.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Absolutely. Would you like me to explain, or would you like to explain?
No, go ahead.
So, I mean, if you want me to, I can.
Go ahead.
So, well,
I'm shocked. You know what that. Go ahead.
So, all right, I can go ahead and explain, I guess. No, I don't.
I got him.
Yeah, me.
Yeah. Do you know what it is?
I know vaguely what Roblox is.
Okay.
It's like a game, is what it is, and it develops. They develop it constantly. If I'm
that is new since I was talking to Christopher. Now they have areas where
more
kids control
Tetris,
the games. Yeah,
but where they go in and they actually code the games, figure out how to basically make worlds.
yes,
Make what?
worlds.
They make
World.
they make fantasy worlds.
Okay.
Where that game takes.
So you'll have to talk to Shelly because my nephew, that's my grandson. He does those kind of things. His mind tends to go that way. He loves video games, but he loves more than just playing video games. He likes to create.
Mhm.
And I guess that's what you were sort of talking about.
That's what
He
they
builds these worlds. And I mean, you ought to see some of the stuff he does. It's magnificent. I've never.
Apparently, the student he was talking about was actually employed by the video game developer.
I think it was a subsidiary company because he was too young and his parents had to sign documents. But this story gets more interesting. So when I got to know this student, I realized his grades across the board were he was failing everything. talked to his English teacher. He's writing English papers in if-then statements because he's just coding all the time.
Right.
So I asked Christopher, I said, I have this list of certs. I showed him the CAPE funding list. I said, pick certifications on here you think you might be able to pass. There was about 8 or 9 certifications, coding certs. And he's like, I could pass this. So Christopher, these are $85 each voucher. Like, I trust you, but you got to tell me. I don't know 3 of these languages you just told me. Can you pass these certifications? Mr. Jawhari, I think I can pass it. Give me a try. Over 2 weeks, this probably should have took 4 years. Over 2 weeks, he passed every one of these certifications. So I had to figure out, what do you do? This world is changing now. What do I do with a kid like this? I called Florida Polytechnic, which is an engineering school.
Right.
And I told them the situation. And they stopped me. They said, wait, we have kids like this all the time. We'll take him. Just send him to us. Straight Fs. We'll take him. They probably would have given him a free ride.
Yeah.
I'm still in contact with him, and he talks about it sometimes. He's been graduated now, but the world is changing now. You know, they want to see what you've built. Nowadays, it's not so much your master's degree, or it's a lot of times that doesn't do it. What have you built? So let's see your portfolio.
Yeah.
So Doreen said you have so many creative teaching approaches that these kids are excited to learn and grow. So the very
she knows
first
that's my sister. So she always picks my brain on what I'm doing, and I tell her, and I've done so many things. I forget, what I did a couple years back, but whatever is the strongest memory for these kids,
right?
I tend to keep doing. It's the best thing.
Laura Shelley came on and said, my grandson, I was talking about Grayson's favorite game.
Roblox.
Yeah. So I think she's probably told you that. And Lori Cadell, maybe you can answer. She says, I believe it's like the Minecraft game.
Well, Roblox recently has, I don't play it, but I know that they've.
You play it?
No.
They cater to kids that want to build now. They cater to kids that want to build code on it now.
Yeah.
So it is a little different, and it is great. I mean, it's a great way to get kids interested in even the most basic block coding.
Yeah.
All right, our last question for the night for you. Explain to our audience, what is NTHS?
NTHS is National Technical Honor Society. That is similar to National Honor Society, but to be invited, you have to be pursuing an industry certification, and you have to maintain an A average in all of your CTE classes. So career and technical education would be an elective like mine, or criminal justice, or culinary, or welding, or whatever a school might offer. So if the student maintains an A average in that and is pursuing an industry certification, then they could be invited into NTHS. So I am the chapter organizer for the Bradford one, and I used to be the one for Middleburg. We just had our ceremony less than a month ago. And it's very rewarding. Kids are very empowered when they realize they've accomplished this.
Right.
A lot of times my students are, the techie ones. Maybe they could be quiet, or maybe they don't play sports, but they have an amazing, magical place in my classroom. And whether it's here or wherever I go, I just try and make that accommodating to them. And my administration makes that happen. If I have a kid that has a free period and he wants to take part 1 and part 2 of my class in the same semester, my administration will allow that to happen. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
That really is. Very good. The only thing I was going to say is maybe some of your students could have a conversation with Bethesda Works.
Oh, what they do?
Get them in gear.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a little bit of something about me that not a lot of people know. I still like to play video games. I don't play them very often, and most of the time at home, I don't play them at all while Lisa's awake. And you can ask her that. That doesn't happen. If I get up early in the morning, I may fool around for a little while and then go do what I need to do. But Bethesda Works is the ones that make the Elder Scrolls games. And it's been 12 years since the last one, and they keep on jerking people around with it. It's making some of the community upset.
So what was it? Was Oblivion was in there somewhere?
That was number 4, and then Skyrim was number 5.
And then what's the new one?
Who knows? That's the one they keep on jerking people around with.
Okay.
They announced it 4 years after that Skyrim come out, and then nothing.
Yeah, they changed everything when they did games because you could completely interact with the entire environment in the game. Yeah,
They are unbelievably amazing, but if you don't have a ton of free time, you can forget those games completely.
I agree. Open world sandbox, you can mess with everything. Yeah, you can get lost easily.
Very, very easily.
So we were talking about NTHS. Shelley says, how many students are in NTHS at this time?
So this year, I think we inducted, I think about maybe 12 or 13. But then I think I had almost 20 from last year. So, and probably about 8 from the year before. So the new inductees are what the ceremony is, and it's very exciting for them. But if you add them all together, I think I'm approaching 35 or 40 for Bradford High School.
That's great,
and
man.
There's the NTHS offers a lot of scholarships for these students as well. And I, as a chapter organizer, I can design it kind of how I want. So what I do is if there is a senior that is new or just got inducted, I will make sure they get an officer position, because colleges that do a holistic review, that don't just look at a grade, they look at the full picture. They don't want to just see if you're in a club. They want to see if you held an officer position in that club. So if I have a senior with me and it's the first time they've been in any kind of club like this and they've never held an officer position, I usually try and make them an officer as well. So
that's a good deal.
Yeah, that's a
really good deal. Some students don't fit the norm and need to feel understood by a teacher who understands that. Thank you for being that kind of teacher. That's Byron's mother that said that.
The only way I know how to do it. I think these students have molded me over the years. Is what happens.
Yeah. Shirley's background is she was in the educational system here.
She worked as a teacher at Hampton Elementary and then Stark Elementary, and then became the media specialist.
Oh, nice.
At Stark Elementary.
Okay.
For years and years and years and years and years.
So your mom was the media specialist.
Yes.
That's a good gig to have.
Yes, it was.
She loved it.
It was a really good gig for her to have, and there was multiple weekends when I was young and not so young that I actually helped her in the media center get stuff together for whatever she wanted to do. She did all sort of things for the students and teachers.
Oh, and Miss Rodgers says.
She says, my colleague is awesome.
No, under that.
Well, let me read that one. She says, my colleague is awesome. And they will have regalias for graduation also.
Okay, so I'm only as awesome as the people I work with.
Right.
If people don't have my back or don't allow me to do those things, what's the difference? Regalia. Yes, it's very cool. Students can wear, I think purple and silver is NTHS.
Right.
So seniors have regalia that they would wear on their senior walk and in their senior pictures. And it's rewarding. It makes them feel great. We always remember when we were in high school and you see that person what is that rope they have?
What is that? Right.
How do I get that? That's so one way is through NTHS. So
okay, there you go.
There is no other way to be a good teacher without having the support.
Absolutely.
Of your administration.
100%.
There's absolutely no way to do that correctly. I was band director for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So
and a good one.
Yeah, that's a hard job.
I fully get it. I really do. And I taught at Bradford for a year too. So.
I was in an art competition back in high school, and I came in second place. And my buddy, he came in first place. And I realized that he was the kind of artist that could pull it out of his head and put it down. Me, I was kind of like something you would have to look at and put it down. Is that...
Would that be the word abstract? Could we use that
so
there?
You got to remember, I'm not even an artist.
Right.
I accidentally, I win by default being the art teacher. They just gravitated to my classroom because, well, we don't have an art program, and it's just an easy fit for me. I have a lot of space, so yeah, I've had to learn a lot about art the last couple of years.
Do you see any
Abstract
students
is not the
that
right word, really.
have
It's
those
probably a better
different
word for it.
Yeah, I was
characters?
just using it
Yes,
because I
so
was
there is a
thinking
term for
abstract
what you're
out
saying,
there. You know
and
what I
maybe
mean?
there's someone that can say it. The ability to look at something and draw versus draw out of your head, that's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a big deal.
start-
When
yeah.
you get angles and
That's
things like this on pictures, when a student can draw a strange angle of like an animal or a horse without using a reference, yeah, that's something different. That's something different.
That's a true artist.
So, Stephen Javahari with us here. This has been a great interview. First, I got two last things for you
Yes.
before we let you go.
Yes, sir.
First, this has been great. Appreciate the gift right there. I'm going to get
Absolutely.
Shelly to frame now. I'm going to show everybody after you leave too. The second thing is that we would like for you to come back. I would like for you to bring some of your students back and let's talk to them and let's get their aspect of this.
I would love that.
And maybe bring a few of their smaller pieces in that
Absolutely.
they've done where we can show our viewing audience what they've accomplished and what they've done
Absolutely.
through your class. We would love to have that. Let's see. But digital design is an art form in itself, Shelley says.
It is formatting, and it is, like we all bring something to the table, and I'm thankful for the artists that I'm surrounded by, because I can't draw a stick figure, barely, but that's the other thing. When I come back with students with art, I do have some students that have also coded a couple games, so
Right.
I'll bring a variety of students back. I would love to. They would love that. They would love
Okay.
that.
Yes, we would do that, Dave. We'll log that down and make sure that we have Mr. Javahari and some of his students back.
Oh, that would be
Marlena
great.
said, art is truly in the eye of the beholder. Love the process.
And she's the artist. She's the art teacher at Keystone.
Oh, we can argue about the in the eye of the beholder part of it. Yes, we can.
What about Shirley Bagwell?
No, I'm talking about art in general.
Oh, art in general. Yeah.
I could play you some music right now that is considered art that you would not consider art.
That's true.
Seriously.
No, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
There were some composers that come out during World War II and right after that did some things that it completely offends people's ears, and it was a result of the horror of World War II. They got that is art. They showed the horror of World War II, but at the same time, you play it and listen to it, it's like that's noise. That's
well,
nothing
didn't they
but
hate
noise.
like Jackson Pollock and all that stuff when it was first out? I mean,
People don't like jazz.
Well,
there's some people that don't like jazz,
Right.
and because some of it sounds like noise. And to tell you the honest truth, some of it to me is noise.
So would Marlena's comment be right? Art is truly now of the beholder, right?
It is.
Because like you said,
it very much is. In a great sense.
Sense.
It is. But
Yeah.
at the same time, there has to be a standard too of what's art and what's not art.
Right.
I mean, they have done some things recently, and they put it in major art galleries that I would say that's not art at all.
Yeah.
I mean, crucifixes upside down. And
Right. I get. Yeah.
I'm not going to say what they did with
what
that,
they did with that. Right.
but I mean, there are some things, and I understand you have to push the bounds on art. I get it. It has to be done. You have to forward the art, but at some point, there has to be some sort of way you can say that's art and that's not art. I mean,
no, and I agree.
I say similar to my students when I see something, I'll if another student criticizes, I'll say, hey, this is subjective. Who are we to say what's good and what's not?
Right.
I've seen Miss Conrad teach her art class, and she starts with foundations and teaches kids, just the basics, and even at the elementary school level, some of them are just fantastic artists. They had sculptures at the Mossman Hall. Did you see
Yes,
that?
they did. Yes, they did.
And
And I was very intrigued. I was.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say, there has to be some sort of standard saying what's art.
Guideline.
Guidelines.
What's art
Yeah,
and
yeah,
what's
I'll agree
what's
with
not-
that.
what-
Yeah.
What is not art? I mean, how can you, and please don't take this the wrong way, any of you Ozzy Osbourne fans out there, because I happen to love some of his music too.
Me too.
How can you compare an Ozzy Osbourne song to a Beethoven symphony. There's the complexity level is just on.
Now, wasn't Randy Rhoads classically trained?
Oh my God!
Yeah, we can get into that too.
He's my favorite guitar player of all time. But you look at it, and even though he was classically trained, that's still rock and roll. It's still popular music. It's not. I guess because I am classically trained, there's a snobbishness about that goes along with it.
Sure.
And I don't consider myself a snob, but I understand where they're coming from when they say that's not art music, that's popular music.
So let's just say, and again, I'm gonna let you go here in just a couple of minutes. I do want to ask you one important question, if you can answer it, and then you can tell us about what happens at Mossman Hall. But like, let's just say, for instance, I'm a big Ozzy Osbourne fan. Okay,
sure.
Want to listen to Ozzy Osbourne,
sure.
But I'm not so much for Beethoven,
sure.
But I know both of them are artistic.
Well,
and then and I think that's where what she was trying to say into a sense. And I get what you're saying.
Drawings of stick figures compared to starry night.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's
there
has to be some sort of standard looking at it, going, this is really true art.
So maybe I can, even though I'm not qualified at all as art, but I will say this: I've learned over the years that if the time spent, like if a student put a lot of time, a lot of paint, even if it didn't come out hyper realistic, like there's something there. So the effort, I agree with you in the effort. If the effort is minimal, then I have to question it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at you said hyper realistic. You take a look at some of the impressionistic artists, and it's not hyper realistic at all.
Sure,
it's just impressions of scenes.
Sure,
and some of it's breathtakingly beautiful.
Sure,
but I guess I'm just being a little bit too nitpicky.
No, because I agree with what you're saying, and then I agree with what Marlena said, that it is in the eye of the beholder. You know what I'm saying? Just what I just told you, even though I do love Beethoven, but let's just say I didn't. I mean, I do know that is an art, that somebody put some time into that, whether I like it or not.
Yeah, I mean, now that we all can agree on.
Right.
If you spend time on doing something,
you
give them credit for what they
do.
Are we all Ozzy fans?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I cried when he died. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
It kills me in March every.
We'll have to
March
get into
23rd every year.
Every year.
What rock stars pumping albums out at 72?
72. Yeah. No kidding.
Well, Rolling Stones, but that's. They've pickled themselves and they're never going to die. But
and he always gets who's not applying to be an Ozzy guitar player with Zach Wilde, all the best.
Well, I mean,
J.T. Lee, Randy,
and the ones the ones that he turned down. I mean, just they were stars people knew in that time period. George Lynch from Dokken was one of them that had the gig before J.T. Lee did, and then Sharon decided that. We'll
get into that subject. Let's get into that later on.
Sorry,
no, you're good. We can keep. I was going to say, because if the host gets on this, we're never going to get anywhere. I wanted to read everybody's comment. Love the opportunity for the students to come on. Absolutely, we're going to do that.
Yes, Marlene, I agree with you. It can be special to someone, special to their family, special to them. Yes, that is.
And I think that's where I was trying to go with that. But I agree with both sides. Art is a great subject and very objective. Seeing Beethoven each deserve respect. Absolutely. Lori says, I think all the artists deserve the respect. We not all like the different artists or whatever, we know. And I think that's what me and Byron were both trying to say there.
Yeah,
in a way. Yes,
I just.
So when I come back, do you want me to bring my artist students, my techie students?
I want you to bring them all.
My top 5.
Yeah, bring it down. Yeah, do that. That's what I want.
Bring a mix of them.
Of all of them.
Absolutely.
That way they can answer questions about different things.
And if they got anything art that they want.
That's what I said. Yeah, bring it with them.
We also work with 3D printers and creating STL files. So yeah, I can bring them some 3D prints that they
absolutely. There are standards for
Architect.
sure, but people are so different. Every piece that a human creates can be special to someone.
Absolutely, yeah.
Agreed. Yep. All right. Before I let you go, two questions.
Yes.
Or two things. One is you can tell everybody what happens at Mossman Hall at the very end. I want to ask you about something. I don't know if you can answer or not. Shelly was telling me about.
Okay.
What's this about some robots? Are we allowed to talk about this, or do we need to table this off?
No. This we can talk about this.
Okay.
You know, it's a dream. I wanted to have. You know,
I would love to see it. I'd love to be around it.
You know, they're very expensive.
Yes, they are.
So I'm blessed with the way funding works. The more students that I prepare to take an industry cert, the more that pass the cert, it brings funding into my classroom. In a CTE class, it's not worth anything if you don't have hands-on. You know, you can learn how to weld from a computer program,
right,
or drive a truck from it. You can a little bit, but you need to be on the road. You need to be welding.
Yeah, you need to be welding, right.
So unfortunately, in my field, most of the equipment entry level is very expensive, no matter what it is, servers, whatever we're going to get. So Boston Dynamics was making robots, and even the most basic Boston Dynamics robot was $75,000 spot. So now Unitree makes one similar to Spot. It's a quadruped, so it's like a dog. It's expensive, but it comes with curriculum, and it teaches entry-level Python coding, and I can link it to my standards and benchmarks, so I will be allowed to teach it. I have the blessing of my administration. It's complicated because it's expensive, so I have to go through a lot of ropes. But everybody on my end, from the top down, they're all for it because they trust me and they like what I do. Hopefully, I will have a robot next year. I'm going to start with the quadruped, so the dog. Mm-hmm. And then a year later, I'm hoping to get the humanoid one, and it's full size, and it is wild looking. You know, and what it can do, like it can run, and it has LiDAR, so it has.
Look at Dave's eyes light up. He wants to see this, don't you?
Full LiDAR, so obstacle avoidance, and it's coming. It's here, and if I don't do this, there, you know, other places will, and I'm not doing my students any justice if I don't try and get this to them.
There has to be some way to get a technological grant from the state of Florida. I would talk to a professor from North Florida. You know, most of those professors at North Florida will be
as UNF.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. My daughter goes there.
Yeah, were really helpful with anything that I called about after I graduated.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah. And I know we have a field trip going there.
Maybe the perfect opportunity.
And my daughter, it's her first year, but she's going for software engineering at UNF. So
that would be a great place to maybe they could help you somehow figure out about grants, or maybe there's some sort of funding that they have for different high schools. That's a possibility.
That's a great idea. Mm-hmm. And now you're making me remember that we do have a spectacular grant writer in our county as well.
Yeah, we do.
But it's, you know, it's an expensive thing to ask for. I had this year, over 150 kids pass industry certifications. So
that's so great.
Even though the money is retroactive, and it has to buy curriculum first, and curriculum is expensive.
Yeah.
If, you know, God willing, if there's money left over, I'm hoping to bring this kind of experience. And I planned on approaching the criminal justice teacher and letting him know, hey, we have a quadruped dog. Maybe the sheriff wants to see how it works.
Sure.
It could be a bigger version, a future purchase for law enforcement.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure Gordon would be.
And I know Gordon was on the show, so yeah, definitely watching. Byron, thank you for exposing me to Ozzy and Randy 35 years ago. Great music.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Man. So I feel like I was there with y'all. I wasn't even here. But as many stories as we talk about. So
yeah.
Last question.
Yes.
Or last thing.
Yes.
Mossman Hall. Tell everybody again how they can see all this great work. Are you entertaining to letting people come in as long as they're eligible to get onto the high school to come to your class? Explain a little bit about that.
Well, they might not need to come to the class because Mossman Hall, even though the art walk is the first Friday of every month, so
right?
This was April 3rd. They will curate the art. They'll keep it there for the whole month.
Right.
So anybody could go this whole month and see it. And then from there, I actually went to an art show on the 4th, I think it was the day after, at the Watson Center, Santa Fe branch in Keystone. They had an art show. Marlena students had an art show there.
Right.
And I met the director there, and she realized, oh, you're in Stark. The Andrews Center there needs art on the walls. So I contacted the guy that runs that one, and I said, hey, I have to pull my art down May 3rd. Do you want it in? He said, absolutely. So it's after a month in Mossman Hall. It's going to go to the Andrews Center in Stark. And then I think I'll pick it up from there and give it to Downtown Grill again and some other local restaurants, and it'll stay for the month.
Okay.
So, and I want to give as many opportunities for people to buy it, because if you know how a student feels when they know their art has been purchased, it's worth it all.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
It's not so much how much.
No, just
that it was
purchased. I didn't realize, like, as it's getting ready to go to Mossman Hall, I knew in the back of my mind, but I didn't realize that half of the students privately said to me, my art's not going to sell, Mr. D. So I realized how important it is to these kids. So I want to give it as much opportunity as I can, going from Mossman to the Andrews Center and then to restaurants. So.
Absolutely, man. That is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stephen Jawahari, thank you for coming on, brother. It's been great. I really appreciate the gift. And we're going to get together with you again. We're going to bring some students on, and we're going to talk about all kinds of things, like Byron said, make it diversified, bring everybody that's got little different things, quirks that they do. Like I said, I've seen a lot of beautiful pieces over there. We'll have to go over there one Friday night. Is that every Friday night over there?
That's open, I think, every day.
Every day.
Every day.
We need to go over there. We need to make like a field trip and go over and eat at Blue Water Bay. Ooh, did I say that too loud? Anyway, yeah, look at Byron. Byron's like, okay. We love food. Well, we love food. So, yeah. So,
we go to Blue Water Bay anytime you want to.
Yeah,
I live about 12 minutes. Where are we talking about?
So, I mean, but we can go right over there and take a look at that art, is what I was saying.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Then Peter right back over there and
eat food.
Eat some food. Yeah.
Shirley, thank you for Shirley. You were a teacher too. You know, I mean, it's strange. Last year I realized if I'm having like a stressful week or a bad day, I don't take off of work. I look forward to going to work because those kids make me happy. It's
right. Yeah.
The opposite is happening.
You got that right. Well, brother, I appreciate you, my man. Put it online. I'll buy art. There you go. Absolutely. We're going to do that. We're going to do that with some things. So Lori says that's awesome for those kids. She loves that. And of course,
I'm very excited to see my students here answering your question.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to
tell them. You need to go back and tell them. And I'm sure
I'm going to have so many ready to
go, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we'll do that here in the near future. So
not just one night, but
we can do it over a series of nights. You know what I mean? We can bring different ones. So
I would love that,
because this is very interesting to me, and I know Byron loves art and he's and music, and so do I. And I can sit here and do this all night. So really can.
You can. I can give you a good project for those that know how to use code and it deals with music. I don't know how many good programs are out there right now. There used to not be very many good programs that were music writing programs. And I'm talking about actual staff with staffs, you know, a piece of basically programming that would help band directors, you know, basically compose music or rearrange music to where their bands could actually play it would probably be a pretty good help for the band director.
You know, I can think of two. I probably have three total students that are heavily involved in band and also are entry-level coders in my classes. So I'm very interested to pose this question to them. Or maybe I'll leave it for you when they're here.
That would be great, because they pull the sound files from different instruments and then actually make a program. The ones I was using, you could actually had any instrument you could pretty much think of, strings and everything else, but you could have them design one specifically for wind band or marching band or high school band, however you want to say it, where the directors could actually go in and, you know, arrange something that's too hard for bands that they have down into something if they wanted to use that. Now that takes a tremendous amount of time because I've done it on the old programs before. But once you do that and you hand that piece of music to those students that have heard that before and go, we'll never be able to play that, and they can actually play it, it's pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, no, now I'm excited to ask. I know who I'm going to ask. I know my student that I'm going to ask this to. And I think she's been in band all her life. She's a good musician.
Yeah.
So, and she's
that would
good,
be interesting.
And she's a good entry level coder in my class. So I'm very excited to ask this to her.
Yeah, and Doreen said that's cool idea, art and music.
Oh yeah,
absolutely,
absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well, there you go. You've left you've taught us some things. You've left with some things as well. So
Absolutely.
we thank you for coming on seriously, and we'll have you back on. Me or Dave or Byron will be contacting. You know me, Shelly's always pushing the ideas anyway. So I'm sure that we're going to set something up.
Shelly's a lifesaver. She has helped me so many times. Many times. I can't thank her enough.
Yeah, she's something, and I know she loves the class because all I hear is what this student did, that student did, and it gets me excited. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, I want to see it.
I'd love to get you in there just for the whole day.
I will. I'd like to come in there.
Yeah.
Can I hang out with you the whole day and watch everybody?
Simple form. You fill out in the front. That's it. And then the whole day you're there and you can see.
Okay. I will. I'm going to do that.
As soon as you're ready.
All right. I'll let Shelly know.
Okay.
Again, ladies and gentlemen,
Stephen
Java. Well, I don't know. I might have to take her to lunch probably, or take both of them to lunch. Yeah. So that's probably the only way I'm going to get that. So Stephen Jawahari, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming on. Dave, can we go to a quick commercial break and then we'll... Yeah, absolutely. Little applause there for you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, no, absolutely. You're welcome, man. I think it was very entertaining. I think people really loved it, and we want you to come back.
Yeah. I'm trying to find that.
What a great idea to bring my students, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Tornado fans, this is Kurt Miracle of Miracle Automotive and Towing, proud sponsors of Tornado Football. I want to welcome you to beautiful Stark, Florida at David Hurst Stadium, and thank you for letting us be a part of this community. We're here for more than your automotive and towing needs. We're here to be part of Tornado Country. Go Big Red!
Mr. Jawahari's waving at us right there. Oh, man, what a great
that was a great interview.
That was a great interview. That's one of the most entertaining interviews that we've had. And, knowing me, loving music, I really don't understand art itself, Byron, but I can make my way around it. But my eyes don't deceive me. And I tell you, when I went over there and seen some of the stuff that his students did it was just eye-appealing. It was eye-catching.
Well,
it was.
That's normally the test. With any type of art, does it appeal to your eyes?
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing is, does it appeal to your ear when you're talking about music?
Music, sure.
I mean,
yeah.
People love different types of music. I mean, some people don't like classical music. Most people don't like opera.
Right.
And I can explain very easily why most people don't like opera.
Right.
Because it's not in a language you understand. That is the honest truth. Most of the operas that are well known are like TV shows. That was their TV shows.
Yep.
The problem is it's either in Italian, German, some
French. Yep.
And you don't understand what they're saying, and it sounds like a bunch of screaming and carrying on, but it's really not. Some of them will make you blush. Some of them was worse than nighttime TV shows. Some of it's really, really risque. I mean, Don Juan is one that comes to mind. Well, I put in España Military, but in Spain 1,000,003, and I'll let you make up your mind as to what that means. But if you start to understand what they're saying, it becomes more acceptable to the ear because you understand the language that you're saying in. But that's.
Shelley said, talking to I guess Stephen, she said, "You will not get any work done if I come in there." She probably won't. Probably will not.
Probably not.
No, probably not. Shirley beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
I just wanted to let you know, Dwight, you were more than welcome. That's, the guy was just fantastic.
Yeah, he was.
He really was. He was more than just a rock and roll musician. So, I'm not talking about Ozzy. I'm talking about Randy.
Randy, yeah. So, anyway, continuing on with the show, man, we got a lot to talk about. We got birthdays coming up and all that. So, your birthday's coming up. Dwight's is coming up. Mine's coming up this week.
Wow.
It's crazy that the 9th, 10th, and 11th is birthdays. It's coming up very quick. So, you have anything for me, brother?
Well, what do you have going on? I hear there's some stuff going on with the Ark. What is this? What is this with? I know there's a wrestling show coming on, but what was this other thing I'm hearing about?
The horses, hats, and hope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bradford Ark fundraiser. If anybody doesn't know, so I'll give a little bit of background. Byron let me into that, so that's a good thing. That's what a good host should do. And consider Byron to be a great host and a great color commentator with me. But I'll get into it a little bit. So if for anybody that doesn't know me or, is new to the show or watching the show, I'm a member of the ARC board. Sit on the fundraising committee, me, Chrissy, and Lori Thompson, which all three of us, so do you. And we come up with a lot of the fundraising ideas. And, as any other program that is looking for funds, because it's hard to obtain funds from the federal level, from the state level. You've heard Byron talk about that many a times when it comes to funding, these different things. And for sure, the ARC is one of those entities that needs funding. And, it's hard to maintain what they've got to maintain. They've got to pay staff. They got to keep up with transportation. The houses that some of these people live in. It takes a lot of money. And, the fundraising things that we do, Byron, it just goes to help the general fund, in our fundraising fund. And, if he needs to buy whatever it is for this particular house, he's able to go into that fund and go, man, I've got it here. You know what I'm saying? I'll ask the board approves it, boom, he can go buy what he needs. I know one of the houses right now needs a new air conditioning system. That air conditioning system has been in there 30 plus years. Wow. The cheapest quote they got is $7,900. What is that money going to come from? If somebody doesn't step up and offer to buy that, it's going to come out of the ARC fund. It's going to come out of the general fund or the fundraising fund. We got two funds that, sort of coincide. So anyway, those are just little things that come up and I call it little. $7,900 is not little, but I mean, there's other expensive things that come up as well. When one of those vans break down or whatever the case may be, we need the funds. So we come up with some creative ideas. So horses, hats, and hope, Bradford Ark fundraiser. Join us for a fun-filled afternoon celebrating the Kentucky Derby, Stark style. You asked what? Yep, that's going to be on May the 2nd at 4 p.m. Bradford Ark Building on Water Street. Come out and enjoy a great time for an even greater cause. They're going to have a best hat and most dapper contest where you can win prizes. How about that? Derby games, poker, and horse race squares. There'll be that there. Delicious food's going to be served. I think Chrissy's going to do some of that and some of the other things. And a cash bar featuring a mint julep special. Have you ever had a mint julep? Have you ever drank one?
Yes, I've had a mint.
Have you? How are they?
They're okay.
Are they okay?
They're okay.
Have you ever had one? A mint julep? I'd like to taste one. I don't think I've ever had one, and if I did, I don't remember. So what do you? Is
I don't even know
I'm not sure what it's made of, but I mean it's green, right?
Yes.
What's
it's got mint in it. I can't remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, one time, it's been a very long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to taste one. This will be a wonderful afternoon of community laughter and giving back as we raise funds to support those who are vulnerable and in need right here in our community. Grab your hats, dress your best, and come celebrate with us. $20 Dave donation tickets, all for a great cause, the Bradford Ark, and that's on May the 2nd. Again, $25. And guess what? Only 100 seats are available, 100 people. That's all they're taking. Anybody after that, you got to go, I guess, somewhere else to watch the Kentucky Derby. So, but there will be all awards and all kinds of things going on. So, hey, it is what it is. So, now after that one, we've got another one that we're all involved in, and Byron is going to ask me what he's doing. I actually got Byron in a wrestling match. He doesn't know this yet, but he's going to be working a guy named Death Row Jethro, big guy, probably about 400 pounds or so, give or take. I hope you've got your wrestling tights on and your wrestling boots, because you're going to be working that man.
Mm-hmm.
Even moved a face. He says, yeah. With a crowbar. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys,
somebody that weighs twice what I do. Yeah, okay. I'm going to get in a wrestling ring with him.
So let's see.
Don't forget, my cousin used to wrestle, and I've been in wrestling rings with people. I am not getting in the ring with a.
So, Shelly, we're doing the Kentucky Derby on May the 2nd, and then on May the 30th, we're doing a wrestling show. So today is Roger the Tornado Cruz's birthday. It is. Happy birthday, Roger. And I think he was watching. I seen that earlier. Yes. Happy birthday, Roger Cruz. And then on the 9th is Byron, the 10th is Dwight, and the 11th is David. So we got 3 in a row right there.
I know. That's all right. Shelly, that's plenty all right.
Yeah,
I am too old to be doing that mess. I am not Ric Flair.
So, ladies and so after a 12-year hiatus, the ARC asked me if I would get involved and do a wrestling show. They've been missing it. I haven't done anything in 11 years. I'm not doing anything in that show except putting it together. Got Rick Knopf helping me out, and you guys helping me out, and several people on the art board that's going to be helping out with this event. What we're trying to do, guys, is really, Dave, maximize our dollars as quick as we can. We're trying to get fundraisers that, Byron, have a quick hit and make some big time and generate some cash. Well, this wrestling show can do that. Why? The last time one was done was 2 years ago. You remember when the Star Splash Bash did it, and Steve Wicks, I believe, was in charge of that along with Michael Heater. They called it Tornado Country Wrestling or whatever it may be. And I thought that was going to progress from there, but nothing has been done since that time. So, look, dude, man, I'm sort of green at this now. 11 years, the wrestling business has changed since 2014. You looked at that 11 short years ago, 12 short years ago, it's changed. Sure. The workers I used to work with are no longer working. And if they are, they're doing minimal stuff. Now, this is a new wave age of wrestling talent that we had to go find and that we had to put together. And I didn't want to use a lot of local guys because I want people to come in that they haven't been here before, or that, people that used to go to the wrestling shows when we used to run Coastal Wrestling Association, me and Steve Wicks, and Dave, we used to be involved with that. Shelly was involved with that. Big Kevin was involved with that. Several people that watched the show knew that we ran that. And look, at the end of the day, David better not get in the ring. I can't afford it. You got that right. I'm not getting in the ring, Shelly. I can assure you of that right now. My tail is staying right outside, and I'm just overseeing the whole thing as one of the fundraising coordinators. But anyway, so we're just trying to bring something back. We've got a lot of positive interest in it right now, Byron. So we'll see how this all works out. Again, 11 years, almost 12 years. That's a long time for me not to do anything, but I do have some good help. Like I said, Rick Knopf is helping out in the background. He's spreading the word, trying to get the word to a lot of the wrestlers. We're doing a lot of the promotional work. So I'm sort of the promoter, or the Arch the promoter. And then we have guys on the other side booking the show as I am as well. So, man, it's just going to be, it's going to be one of those things that it's going to be one of those things to see what happens. You know what I mean? Sure. See how, And, I've got 7 weeks now? I've got 7 really short weeks to put this together. We've already started getting the word out. So now is the hard part, getting the ring ready, and the guy that we're getting a ring from, the chairs to put around ringside, the music guy, which JD Norman has volunteered his time. AV Elements is going to be out there. He's going to be providing the sound and the lighting. Dave Holland and us, we're going to be commentating. Dave's going to be doing this live, and we're going to be commentating, or at least recording. Well, I don't know if we'll do it live because we want people to come in the door, but we'll probably record, and we will be up at the table commentating. But Kingpin Wrestling is what we're calling it. I don't want to use the OCWA name because I did have a partner with that, so I don't want any conflict there. And then, of course, Tornado Country Wrestling, or Championship Wrestling, was used for that show 2 years ago at the Splash Bash. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and wrestling fans of all ages, spring has sprung, and there's an excitement there when On the Spot with David Rodgers, On the Spot Motorsports Media, AV Elements, and the Arc of Bradford County is going to, and Kingpin Pro Wrestling is what we're calling it, which is a unique name. And Sandman Art and Design all teamed together with a wrestling charity fundraiser benefit show. We're calling it Champions for Inclusion. I think several weeks ago, I told you what inclusion meant. Byron, you know what inclusion means. If you don't know what that means, I would ask that you look that up. So, and then I'll explain as we keep going. But we're going to keep talking about this every week because we're wanting to get a nice crowd out there. That'll be on Saturday night at the Bradford County Middle School Gymnasium, 527 North Orange Street, and start. Champions for Inclusion, again, is a wrestling charity event for the Arc of Bradford County, and 100% of all the money raised at the door and from the concession stand will go directly to the Arc of Bradford County. John Williams, the CEO of the Arc of Bradford County, will be on hand, as well as other ARC board members, and there will be the Arc of Bradford County staff members and other volunteers on sites to handle the ticket sales at the door, as well as the concession stand, which I believe Chrissy is going to be in charge of. John Williams and the Arc of Bradford County board members will be the only ones handling any money from this event. And this wrestling charity fundraiser benefit, and that show will take place on Saturday, May 30th at the Bradford County Middle School Gym. Ticket prices are as follows. This is one of the things that I had to, to research and to look at. When we were running it, Byron and Dave, what were we charging, Dave? Do you remember? $10 ringside, $7 general admission.
Yeah.
Now ticket prices has tripled. I started looking at all these independent wrestling associations all around the state. Do you know what the average ticket price is? $20 ringside for an independent show.
Yep.
So, I mean, really? So I had to, I'm thinking, I'm like, well, what can people afford and what could be my biggest bang for the buck? Mm-hmm. I'm probably going to have 80 to 100 chairs around ringside, and the rest of it's going to be general admission. So if you want to sit ringside, unless you are a sponsor, it's going to cost you $25. $25 at ringside. I don't think that's a bad price. $15 general admission, $10 for students with a valid student ID, and all ARC clients and staff, they get their $10 ticket fee as well. But it does not grant anyone to try to sit at ringside. That would be just general admission only. Doors will open to the public at 5 p.m. with access to an hour meet and greet with the wrestling stars, and then bell time is going to be at 6 p.m. Right now, we've got 9 great matches scheduled. Probably go a 5 and 4, do 5 or 4, but probably in the first half, we'll do an intermission, and then 5 in the second half. We're going to have a 50-50 drawing as well. Probably some giveaways of some sort. So it ought to be a really, really good evening. And I'll tell you guys, we're not going to be able to do it without you guys. And we're not getting involved in this event. Look, this is strictly for those guys, man. These guys train each and every day. This is what they do for look, let's call it what it is. Their 15 minutes of fame. That's what they do. So I'm just glad that we're just going to be able to be a part of, and that we'll be able to do this show. So I did have a couple of notes, Byron. Let me see here. Go ahead while you're doing that. Let me see if I can find these.
Hey, Dave Holland, can I get you to pull up that great picture that you have of Roger Cruz and David real quick?
Which
I know you've got a really good picture of Roger Cruz,
my
Cruz and
gosh,
David.
man. Well, Roger's going to be there.
Oh,
He's definitely.
come on now. Where did it go?
Oh, man. Where did it go? I'm sure he has it somewhere. Anyway, I thought I had some bullet points here. Maybe I didn't bring them. Maybe it's in the other one there. But anyway, let's see. Talking points while he's bringing that up. I thought I had something here. Maybe I don't. Man, I could have swore I printed that out, but maybe I didn't. Anyway, I'll get into those bullet points later. So, Dave, do you have anything like that? And will Byron be talking about Iran? Shirley, I'm going to give him a few minutes to do that if you want to know about Iran. I guess whatever you want to talk to there, because I'm going to let Byron close the show out. How to make a mint julep. Renee Stegall-Shaw said, watch YouTube there. Mentioned, yes, there will be a couple of ladies matches there as well. And what did Javahari give you? Oh, yes. I will show you when I get home. Dave's already wrapped it up. It's really nice. We'll have to get it framed. Did Roger call David out for a match a while back? Yeah, he did. But look, man, Dwight, I really don't want to whip him, or I don't want him whipping me. So I'm going to pass on that, and we're just going to run the show. So, Dave, do you have that picture? Is it coming up? I think Dave's got it in his car.
There it is.
Oh, wait a minute.
There it is. Okay. Now,
wait a minute.
This is on the screen. I had an absolutely great idea for a fundraiser for the Ark.
Okay.
We need to have that picture put on T-shirts and sell them for $15 a piece. And I bet we could probably sell 100 or 150 of them.
That's a good idea.
We probably could. Oh my gosh. Look at that. What in the Dave, you done explain to people. Where did you get this picture at? Where did you get that at? You said you called us. Y'all was doing some kind of photo shoot or something or whatever.
It's chat GP whatever that
yeah. We was trying to fool it. Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
I think I caught you in a restaurant, and
was it the Downtown Grill?
I believe so. It's been a while, but
that was not the Downtown Grill. That was over in Palatka.
Yeah, that was over at Porky Bell's.
Porky Bell's,
yeah. Porky Bell's. And you see why Roger got 2 prime ribs. Look at them eyeballs, eyeballing mine. I don't know what I'm looking at Roger. I think I'm asking if he's going to drink that wine. But but anyway, no, that's a good picture, Byron. You're right. We could probably sell a bunch of T-shirts for the Ark if we put that on there. We may have to get a hold of John Williams and see. And then the other one that would sell a lot would be the one for Mitchell Gunner. Where him and Roger playing Army.
I am not getting in the middle of that.
Well, what do you mean you're not getting in the middle of that? You were great to pull up mine. Hey, well, yeah. What do you mean?
You're here.
I hope. Well, let's see. Well, wait a minute.
You can say that's fine. Mitchell Gunner's not here, and I don't know anything.
Shelley Rogers remembers that night really well. Hey, Shelley Rogers remembers that night really well.
Oh, yeah,
look at here. This is where you paid for 2 prime ribs. Remember that? Well, yeah, Shelley. Because you know how I know that? Because you said, hey, where did you spend $100 at a restaurant? She said, you buy everybody's? I said, no. I said, Roger had 2 prime rib dinners. Don't buy Roger nothing else. That's what she told me. Well, I mean, when you pay for 2 prime ribs and you didn't get to enjoy none of it. So,
no, that's not exactly how that happened.
Well, according to that picture, it looked like, oh, you got one, Dave? You got it? Oh, you don't. You don't have Mitchell Gunner?
No.
Oh, man. Do you have David Rodgers, the voice of the Bradford Tornadoes? I see it right there. Pull him up. We could probably sell that, but we need to put Byron in there with me so we can have it as the team right there. Both of us.
That'll work.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Put both of us in. Maybe Shelley can create that. Put both of us in a chat GPT and create that, and we can put that on a shirt, and I bet you we can sell that. as well. Shelley said lots of
so.
laughs.
But I mean, I was talking about for the Ark. We could do that.
Oh, for sure. For the football.
For the football.
Yeah, the other one we could do for the Ark. Absolutely. Because you know Roger works for the Ark. So it would be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. Hey, that's a great idea. We'll pitch that. Why not? Byron, I'm going to let you take over because I have to grab something. It's 8:53. If you want to talk about Iran just a little bit, you can. But I've got something to give that I need to give to you.
You're fine, brother.
Yeah, so you go
okay,
do
guys,
you do your thing. And before you close it out, let me know.
I wanted to let everybody know this about Iran. There is a lot of doom and gloom being talked about as far as the United States and what they're doing in Iran. You can't believe any of that. You have a bunch of people sitting there putting down their own military and hoping their own military loses to a nation like Iran. I look at all of this and it's just insane. The fact that we're hearing things like, oh, the fact that the aircraft carrier that actually had a fire problem was actually hit by missiles. No, it was not hit by missiles. If one of our ships were hit by missiles from Iran, that would not be a very pretty sight going on right now. Just remember what we did to Japan in World War II after they bombed our ships. Remember what happened with that? I don't think that'd be a very pretty picture. The problem with this that's going on right now is the Strait of Hormuz. People talk about it because it's causing the gas prices to go up. That is a mess right now. It's going to be a mess for a little while. But to think that the United States could actually lose in a conflict, because that's right and not true. And we honestly won't know unless the military or our federal government comes out and says what's going on. The news media is just insane with this. The things that I've heard, I've just basically quit watching it because I am so tired of hearing that Iran's done this and Iran's done that. They haven't done anything. It's just unbelievable. They're getting utterly destroyed, and soon, and I promise this is going to happen too, very, very soon, these people from Iran are going to start taking measures into their own hands. And I'm sure some of it's already happening because those people don't want to live under those ayatollahs anymore. They don't want to live in that sort of
Amen, brother.
Islam, and I'm going to use a word that's not mine. Thank you to the talk show hosts that come up with this. Islamo-fascist regime, which is what this is. They don't want to live under it. Their parents and grandparents remember a time when Iran was one of the most advanced nations in the Middle East until the Ayatollah Khomeini took over. I had David do this a while back, and I use it as a quote of the night, "Death to America." I was 6 years old. How long does it take for people to understand that these people want us dead? It's not the only thing they want. They want apocalypse is what they want. They want the sixth caliphate or the 10th caliphate or whatever the crap it is. They want Armageddon is what they want because they think it's going to get them to heaven. Well, these people are crazy. They really are crazy. This has been a long time in the coming, and it should have happened a long time ago. But there were things that were going on at different points when Iran was acting stupid that kept it from happening. But finally, a president, has had enough of Iran. I mean, you can't let them have nukes, which they were on the verge of having nuclear weapons. I mean, this close, and these people would not hesitate to use them. Now, could they have gotten to the United States? I don't think so. I don't think their ballistic missiles were capable of reaching the United States quite yet. Could they blow up Israel? Yes. Do you understand what blowing up Israel would do? I don't quite think you understand the consequences of destroying the Israeli nation would happen. What would happen with that? Because the Israelis have nuclear weapons, and they have a bunch of them. You're turning the entire Middle East into a nuclear wasteland, is what you're doing. Because if Iran starts lobbing nukes, Israel is going to respond to that. And the geopolitical fallout, to not literally fallout, not just from what happened with the nukes, but fallout from that would be absolutely horrible. If you think $4.15 for a gallon of gas is horrible, what would happen to the world economy if they decided to do that? There is a whole lot of stuff that goes in with this, and we have media that are playing very, very dangerous games with this. They need to shut up and stay out of it. They need to stay out of it. I don't want to know. Let me know the basic general things about what is going on with it. We bombed this, we bombed that. If I think a body count is morbid as crap. We don't really even need that. That's what we did in Vietnam. But just leave it alone and let the military do what the military does. And I guarantee you that it's not going to take much longer. That's what I wanted to say about Iran tonight. Guys, I wanted to tell you thank you.
I've got some.
Wait a minute. He is going to come back.
Yeah, well, you're going to close the show out, but I just, we got birthdays coming up, as we talked about. We talked about some of the benefit things that we got coming up. So Shelley said, back on, yes, God bless America. Pray for our servicemen and women. Brother, we love you. I love you. And anytime that you can come on this show, man, I want you. I know we've got avenues where if you can't, we can bring you on.
Right.
Yeah, we can bring you on, but it's not like having you in the studio.
No. Right.
So I'm glad that you were able to come to the studio, because here in a couple of days, your birthday's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Shelley and Autumn, and we got you a little something to start your birthday. It's not all of it.
If it's a T-shirt with Roger Cruz's picture on it, I'm going to be upset.
No, that's going to be sold for the Ark. You've already made that. You've already made that suggestion. So anyway.
Thank you, brother.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I really like this hat. Give me just a second.
You're going to put it on?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's a pretty hat, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's a lining on the inside that you got to get out or whatever there, but yep. So you may want to. There you go for everybody. So. Just a little something to start the birthday celebrations off with. That's pretty, ain't it, Dave?
Yeah, it is.
That's really nice there, isn't it? So I know how much Byron loves his country.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Shelley.
And we know how much you love the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, and you love your country just like anybody else does or should. And we want you to have a little something to start your birthday off.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. And I really
absolutely. So, Byron, why don't you close us out, man? And we'll go home and we'll all get us something to eat, huh?
Sounds like a plan to me. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. And we definitely have enjoyed putting on this show tonight, as we always do. Great guest tonight. great conversations. Those children are our future, and that guy seems to be really affecting them.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a class that is going to be definitely affecting our future, whether it's for good or for bad. That can be up for debate when you start talking about AI. But anyway, we all appreciate you coming on the show.
Absolutely.
We love you like family.
Absolutely.
And guys, we hope you all have a very good night. God bless America. And guess what? We will see you next week at same time, same place.
Same place. You got that right. God bless you guys. Have a great night.
God bless you, everybody. Good night.